Are you guys ready for the Clem to 100 challenge? I know things are tough right now, and I know everyone's locked inside, so I'm hoping this series will bring you a little excitement about the game and get excited for the summer ball, get excited for fall ball, and also showcase some awesome products. I'm partnering with True Lacrosse, the Mesh Dynasty, and Jack at Two Wolves Performance, and I'm really excited to bring this to you. You know, I came up with the idea after years of neglect and not working out like I should have, and I needed a reason to kind of reshape my body into a shooting machine. So throughout this series, you'll see me every week doing exercises and drills, trying to get to 100 miles an hour. And every Friday will be a new episode, and you'll see kind of my progress, and you'll be able to track my progress throughout the week. So without further ado, let's get started and let's show you how this all came about. Okay, so first off, I want to give a huge thanks to True Lacrosse and the Mesh Dynasty for sending their newest head and mesh, the Vector and Divine 9, for me to use in this series.
So it's not going to be perfect, it's never going to be perfect. Like Kobe Bryant says, we want to get it as close to perfect as it can be.
I'm also partnering with Jack Kensel, or Coach Jack as he likes to be called, from Two Wolves Performance. And I've been stringing his sticks for about a year now, and I greatly respect the way he teaches his students and such like that. So I could think of no better person to try to help me shape my body and shape my mechanics to get to 100 miles an hour. So let's talk equipment. My favorite Vector that I strung up is this one with the Divine 9 Rhombus. Got a nice mid-low pocket, kind of shifts a little higher to mid. This is my standard go-to pocket for me, and I strung it to the inside there. So this was perfect for me. You got a nice tight channel, sits where I like it to sit. And as you can see right here, you can really see that, the offset, and then it comes back with this steep angle scoop. So that's what's really gonna aid in getting those shots, a little extra whip and a little extra power. The other one I'm gonna be using is also a Vector. This was the first one I ever got, and this is Divine 9 Hexagon, which I'm actually hoping and thinking, this is where I did my baseline testing with, and I'm really hoping and thinking that this will be the fastest setup, because I'm able to get the most whip out of this mesh. I'm pairing it with this 4.5 comp Knox limited edition shaft from True. So I'm really excited because I think these are going to be the perfect two weapons for me. You know, some days maybe this will be too whippy for me and I can't quite get it on cage, so I'll switch to the Rhombus and get a little smoother release, or vice versa. But I wanted to use both of them because I like both of them so much and I couldn't choose. So you'll see both of these sticks throughout the series. There'll be a different shaft on this one. I'm also going to be using the new True Frequency 2.0 gloves. I like my gloves small and tight, so these are size 12. The AX Suede Palm makes feel effortless, and I really like these. So you've seen my partners, you've seen my team, and you've seen my gear. So now let's get shooting.
But his shoulders and hands are still coming through late. So what we want to focus on here is we should be driving off that back foot, torquing and driving that hip through, that back hip through. All the power is generated from our feet and our hips and our core. Everything else is coming through with it.
I went out the other day and shot on cage for a couple hours, and I did a lot of practice, and I noticed some things that I was doing wrong. So I sent those videos to Jack, and he was able to review them and kind of tell me what I was doing wrong.
He's got to rip that front hip through a little bit more.
So after a bunch of warm-ups, I got a really good idea of what I needed to improve. And one of those things is that I was not following through properly. When I wound up, I would plant my left foot and release, and I wouldn't continue my momentum forward. And you can see that here, and Jack points that out as well.
That's his best shot. Okay, now watch what he does. Okay, he's got his hips, feet, shoulders. Okay, he gets his hands back, so now he's got everything driving towards his target. Okay, he's got momentum coming through. Mechanics are pretty good. Brings his stick nice and back. Now watch. He's about 3/4 here. Okay? Brings you through about 3/4. 93 miles an hour. So that's where we sit right now, 93.
So I got 7 miles an hour to go. Not as big of a hill to climb as I thought, but still a pretty substantial one. Those 7 miles an hour are gonna be exponentially harder than moving from, say, 83 to 90.
Okay, so now we're gonna work on some baseline exercises just to improve that strength in some areas and that rotational power, and drive off our back foot with some med ball slams, rotational slams, some single leg lateral bounds, some suitcase carries for stability and control, and some chainsaw rows.
Jack's given me a few good workouts to do this week to strengthen my core and make sure that I'm really driving off that back foot and really driving through. So stay tuned throughout the week. You'll see me doing those in my story, and I'll probably do a couple shooting videos as well to put on YouTube to kind of see my progress throughout the week. And then next Friday, the episode will include kind of my progress, and I'll go in depth about a few other things and talk a little bit more about the equipment and stuff, so you guys have plenty to look forward to. And I'm really excited to bring this to you guys, and I hope that in your quarantine times, everyone's staying safe, everyone's washing their hands, and I hope you enjoy the first episode of Clem to 100. So stay tuned, and we'll be back next Friday.